Houston, we have a problem.
Give me all you got!
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Give me back my gun! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Stand and Watch, the best and only dad movie podcast you're ever going to listen to, because we killed all the other ones. They're dead. They're gone. They're never coming back. They were never here. We killed them before they could even release an episode.
They could have been deadbeat dads, but we'll never know because now they're just dead dads.
Well, if they're dead, they are deadbeat, because they left their children.
Can you wait? You can be dead and a deadbeat?
Yes.
I've never even considered that you could be both of these things.
Well,
I never even considered that you could be dead and a deadbeat.
Well, because you could leave your children. You could go out, get a pack of cigarettes, never come back, and then die. You're deadbeat.
Like my dad.
Yeah.
Like mine.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know. I thought once you died, like it canceled out the deadbeat part of it, but hey, I'm learning something new every day. I'm a life learner.
Yeah, we like to teach things here on the show. Also, you learn something.
Yeah, if you listen to this podcast and you don't learn anything, you're listening to this podcast completely wrong.
Yeah, and as we all know, there are wrong ways to listen to things, just like there's wrong ways to watch movies, which we all know. If you're a frequent listener, you know there's wrong ways to watch movies.
Right. If you could be living your life completely wrong, if you're watching the wrong movies, listening to podcasts wrong, if you're playing video games that are made by amoral companies, there's something wrong with you.
But, I know that our standees are watching movies properly and listening properly. And I know Steve Buscemi is watching movies properly and listening to this podcast properly. How you doing, Steve?
Steve, how you doing? I'm sorry that I missed your NFL draft party. I got the invite. I couldn't make it, man. I'm sorry. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're having a good party.
It was nice that he invited us to that. I couldn't go, of course, because of fear of being sent to El Salvador at the border.
And I have that fear every day when I wake up.
Yeah.
I lock my doors just so the boogeyman don't come in and deport me.
I wake up every day and I breathe in the fresh air of a country that won't deport me to El Salvador just for disagreeing with my government.
Well, as we're recording this, I believe our first American citizen has just been deported. It was one of those criminal 2-year-olds.
Yeah, those dastardly terrorist 2-year-olds.
They're terrible. They do bad things.
Yeah,
you heard about bad things.
You heard about the terrible twos? Get ready for the terrorist twos.
Terrorist twos. And they called me a terrorist.
Oh, how close are we to a Mexican Joker?
I thought we already had. Wait, do we have an Indian Joker?
Do we?
We do have an Indian Joker.
I didn't know that.
I thought Mexican Joker, that's a South Park reference, right?
It is.
Is Butters the Mexican Joker? I don't remember. I'm a little fuzzy on my South Park, the later stuff.
I think it was an actual Mexican kid.
Oh, see, I have no idea. I just know this was a later season.
Yeah.
When the Joker movie came out.
Yeah, the Joker movie came out. This was during the first term, during the first deportations. That's how long ago this was.
Dude, answer me this. Have we said our names yet, by the way? I don't even know.
Have we? Oh, well, if you're a new listener, I'm Matt.
And if you're a new listener, I'm Nick.
You're a frequent listener, you already know.
Is Mr. Garrison still playing Trump in the show?
No.
They gave that up, thank God.
They gave that up when he lost, and then I think they did a bit where he was going to get back into it, and then the season ended, and I haven't watched any of the Paramount specials, so I don't know if they stuck with it, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Because honestly, I think that was the worst thing they ever did was take Mr. Garrison out of South Park.
Yeah.
And put him in the White House. It was just annoying. I didn't really like their serialization.
I think they said that they were only going to do that for like an episode because they thought it would be a thing that would like blow over and he wouldn't do it. And they'd make that episode and people would be like, oh yeah, that episode hasn't aged well or whatever. But then I guess, he did it and they had to keep doing it.
That was the Member Berry episode. That was right around the same time as the Member Berries.
Yes, the Member Berries are great.
They're great. They're going to stand the test of time. They're right up there with Mr. Hanky.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, in Mexican Joker, Kyle gets sent to one of those camps because Cartman calls ICE on him.
That's right. Okay, this is coming back to me.
And Kyle tells the ice people, you're wrong for doing this. You're taking you're breaking families apart. All you're gonna do is create a Mexican Joker, and that freaks them out. They're like, "Oh my god, a Mexican Joker!"
That is terrifying.
Yeah,
just any Joker outright is terrifying. But
and then they go and they start giving like the little Mexican kids in the detention camp like fucking puppet shows. And they're like, yeah, okay, and we're treating you well, and none of you are gonna become the Joker.
It's reminding me of the episodes where the Kenny and his siblings are going through the foster care system.
Oh, and the guy,
and he's got the little puppet show.
He's always
and they end up at the house with the guy who's giving him Dr. Pepper. Like all they get is Dr. Pepper
because they're agnostic, and Dr. Pepper's the only agnostic drink. Is it soda? Is it root beer? Nobody can know. Nobody can know.
Dr. Pepper's so goddamn good.
I love Dr.
How dare they?
No, there's a great joke in that. There's a great joke in that episode when they find out Kyle isn't Mexican. They're like, "How did a Jew get in here? People will think we're racist."
How does South Park just know? How do they know? Or have we just been doing the same thing for the last 20 years that we've just been circling?
We've been circling. Well, you guys have been circling.
Hey, you guys got a little bit of it too.
Do we?
They're doing it. I think there's a new episode about Canada coming out. I saw it in a press release.
Yeah, probably. They're probably going to be bringing back the Canada-America War from the movie.
It's about time. It's about time we held you guys accountable up north.
Yeah.
Getting away with way too much up there. Fun and games are over. Canada.
Hilarious.
Is Adam Sandler Canadian? No, he's not Canadian.
No.
Mike Myers is Canadian.
Mike Myers is Canadian.
Rob Schneider Canadian?
No, he's all yours.
It's the SNL curse. I know they have a Canadian here and there. I always get confused which one it is though.
Mike Myers, Martin Short. I can't think of any other Canadian SNL people. Dan Aykroyd?
Levy.
Is Dan Aykroyd Canadian?
I don't know. I know Eugene Levy is. I don't think he's ever been on SNL, but I think he's got some Second City ties up there.
Yeah, he was on. He's from Second City, Toronto. He was on SCTV.
CTV, yep. Was he also on Kids in the Hall?
I don't think so. Dan Aykroyd is Canadian.
That's right. You're being Canadian investigated.
We're investigating.
Go investigating. Can you go ahead and look into the mirror and say sorry, please? Can you go ahead and say about? Go ahead and say about.
Can you please say about clearly into this microphone?
About. All right, say it again without over exaggerating. About. Get him. We got you.
Let's see. Okay, I'm googling Canadian SNL people.
I'd rather them do a Canadian SNL than the UK SNL they're doing.
We had SCTV for a while in the 80s or whatever.
Bring it back. There's some fucking funny Canadians.
That was gold.
JFL's up there too, isn't it?
Just for laughs. Yeah, I don't know if they still do it. I don't know if they've done it since the pandemic. I used to go.
Come back this year.
I used to go every year. What do we go? Oh, Phil Hartman was Canadian. Wow.
Yeah, I do think Just for Laughs is coming back this year. Hold on, I have to close my Gillette tab. I was listening to the Gillette jingle before the show.
Norm Macdonald, Mike Myers, Martin Short. Paul Schaefer.
Oh yeah, according to this, it's back this summer.
Oh.
And you know who's headlining it? Matt Rife.
Oh God.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know who's headlining it.
This fucking thing
doesn't look like they announced anything.
Website announces top 10 Canadian stars of Saturday Night Live, and the list ends at number 5.
They fired that freelance writer midway through. They're like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want your shitty. We only want half your shitty article. Get the fuck out of here. Just write the ones people know and get the fuck out.
Anyway, yeah, make a Canadian SNL. Maybe
I'd watch that.
Yeah, then I can apply for a job.
Before we hit record on this, we were watching the old Folgers incest commercial, and there's a small bit in the actual commercial where he's like, finally some good coffee after coming back from West Africa, and I'm wondering, like, there's coffee in West Africa, dude.
Probably better coffee than Folgers.
Then fucking you come back from being abroad, and you get so excited to see a fucking couple of Folgers fucking just sizzling there like a fucking hot piping fucking cup of shit. That just, aside from I can forgive the incest. It's the shitty being excited for shitty coffee that I'm against.
Anyway, we're talking about Punch Drunk Love today. Speaking of incest.
Yes. Speaking of incest, Punch Drunk Love. There is a brother, and he's got 7 sisters in this.
Yeah, there's no incest, but
Is there not?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
They're all concerned about their brother.
Yeah.
Who is very obviously got some anger issues.
Well, you don't cast Adam Sandler to play a calm gentleman.
What's the line in? I think it's in. Is it in Big Daddy? Like, I'm calm.
Anger management.
Is that? Yeah, it is. I feel like he's said that in multiple movies.
I am calm.
I'm going to read this paragraph off the Wikipedia. Punch Drunk Love is a 2002 American absurdist romantic comedy drama film written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA for you cinephiles over there. Starring Adam Sandler, Emily Watson, and Philip Seymour Hoffman. It follows an entrepreneur with social anxiety who falls in love with his sister's coworker. The film is produced by Columbia Pictures, Revolution Studios, and New Line Cinema, and distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. We don't have to read the rest of this. This wasn't a box office smash. Who would have thought?
It wasn't?
No, it's PTA. It's PTA.
Has he ever had a box office smash?
I think There Will Be Blood made money.
Was it a smash, though?
I think it was like, I'd have to look. It made enough money.
There will be. Did Punch Drunk Love make any money? At least?
But reported budget's $25 million. In box office, it was $24.7 million.
So it lost money.
So box office for There Will Be Blood, according to this, is 76.2 against a $25 million budget.
Okay. So this is the only
crazy
PTA movie that's ever made money.
Which is crazy now that you think he's getting all this money for that new DiCaprio one. And is it Warner Brothers that they're hoping to turn a profit? It's like, what are you doing? Why?
Okay,
why do you think this is going to be?
Licorice Pizza, $33 million on a $40 million budget, lost money. Phantom Thread, the last movie of Daniel Day-Lewis, mind you, $47.8 million on a $35 million budget. So it made money, but it didn't make a profit because you got to count.
I feel like the Oscar noms really carried that one.
Let's see. Inherent Vice, $14.8 million box office on a $20 million budget, lost money. The Master, $28.3 million box office on a $32 million budget, lost money. There Will Be Blood, we just went over. Punch Drunk Love, we just went over. Magnolia, $48.5 million on a $37 million budget, so just barely made money, but probably didn't make a profit, and that probably was pushed over the line by Tom Cruise.
So he's pretty average. Pretty average.
And Boogie Nights, $43.1 million on a $15 million budget.
So he has some moderate successful movies when it comes to the box office, like very moderate.
Yeah, like 3 of them.
Yeah, against his, how many movies is he on now? 8.
One. Well, here, if we include his debut Hard 8, which made just under $250,000 on a $3 million budget. So he made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 movies. He's on his 10th movie. So according to Tarantino, he's got to retire now.
Yeah, he's done. This is it. This new DiCaprio one, you got to be done after this PTA. So he's 3 for 9. So he's basically he's batting 300.
And his next movie has a budget of $140 million. So
Jesus Christ, why did you give that man all that money? You are not getting that back. That's WB, right?
Yes, it is.
They were desperate. That's why, I mean, you hear about the deal that everyone's like pissing and moaning about with Coogler. But they were when they got the Coogler deal and they got this deal, they were desperate because folks were alienated because they were putting all their movies on Max during the pandemic.
Sinners had a $100 million box office. $100 million budget, but it's already made $93 million, and it's looking like it's going to have legs.
Sinners they're going to win the box office this weekend, which when we're recording this is the second weekend that it'll be out. Really good movie. Go see it, everybody.
You don't think they're going to get taken down by The Accountant 2?
No. I think everyone who wants to see Accountant 2 will just watch the first one and then wait for Accountant 2 to be in home box office.
I guess they're banking on DiCaprio to sell this thing.
Yeah, but it's a PTA. Like no one's like chomping at the bit to go watch a PTA movie except for your very online letterboxed people. Because I know I'm not. Even I remember even as a kid with this Punch Drunk Love movie, I remember watching a trailer and thinking like, "Oh, funny Adam Sandler movie," hee. And then kind of like seeing bits and pieces of it on TV and having the realization like, "Oh, this isn't funny, Adam Sandler. Oh no, turn it off. I'm scared." That was me when I was 10.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
PTA's movies are just weird. Like I don't like. Probably There Will Be Blood is my favorite of them all, but there's just I don't know. His movies are better the second time you watch them.
Are they? I mean, I've only seen Boogie Nights once, and it was really good.
Been a little bit of time since I've seen Boogie Nights. I was way too young watching Boogie Nights, so I'm not fresh on it at all. But even watching this, I was like, I'd probably enjoy this again if I watched it. I'd probably enjoy this if I watched it again. I had the same feeling watching Licorice Pizza, though I think Licorice Pizza is better than this.
I do not think that at all.
I think that's so much. I think that's so much. The only thing that I really, really liked about this is its 95-minute runtime, because I love a good short movie.
Short movies are good. I did not like Licorice Pizza.
Seriously, the scene in Licorice Pizza where they go backwards and where she's like driving the truck backwards and it's just terrifying.
That's the only good scene. That and Bradley Cooper.
Sold me on the entire. I was willing to forgive the movie for all the creepiness for that scene.
I was not able to forgive I can forgive the creepiness. I can't forgive the boringness.
I liked it. I like kind of like peeking into like the old days and seeing all the bullshit those people got into.
I don't know. This is my problem with Licorice Pizza is because Licorice Pizza, and I know we had an episode on it, and we should talk about Punch Drunk Love, but Licorice Pizza it's like a bunch of semi-connected vignettes, and he already did a movie like that, which was 1,000 times better.
I mean, doesn't Punch Drunk Love kind of feel like that to you too? Between the pudding and the air miles, and then just all the different things that Barry's getting into in this movie. I think the difference is Licorice Pizza feels like, okay, here's this thing with Sean Penn, and that's over, and we're going to talk about it again, and then here's this thing with Bradley Cooper, and that's over, and we're going to talk about it. This at least feels like the adventures of a very autistic man. And it's and his sex line escapades. There's a coherent through line of it that you're like, okay, this is what this man is going through. This lonely, angry, autistic man. Do you want to read our Letterboxd reviews? Yes, I will. Before we get into the film, I will pull mine up. I've got mine right here. Punch Drunk Love. I've got a review from Sophie, who is a patron, Miss Moneybags over here. She gave it 4.5 stars and a heart. And she said, wow, love seems great. I'd love to feel it someday. Wouldn't we all? Sophie, I love you. I'm sorry that you don't feel loved. I got you, girl. What you got? I got a review here from John, who gave this 3.5 stars and wrote, the score is the best part of this. It made me want to die. Loved it. It's been a week or so since I watched this. The score is very manic, right? It's very manic and stressful. Yeah, I was getting Uncut Gems. I was getting very Uncut Gems vibes watching this. Yeah, I said in my Letterboxd review that this is more stressful than Uncut Gems if you have any form of anxiety, because the score is very it's very stressful and in your face, and it plays during mundane things that shouldn't be stressful. Like there's a moment where he's just like I think it's like lunchtime. He's just like walking through like the office or whatever park, like talking to people and getting lunch and answering phone calls from his sisters. And the music is so oppressive and stressful. I think it does it when he goes to get that piano or the harmonium. It does the same thing when he gets the harmonium. And yeah, he's just running to the street. And I think they also cut that up with like the truck driving by really fast. Yeah, I mean the score in this essentially plays almost every scene, and it's always really stressful. And you're like, why am I so stressed? And you're like, well, I guess he's stressed, but nothing stressful's happening. But you feel stressed. Well, and then he makes you stressed by wearing the same suit over and over again, and you're like, you have to wear something else. You have to wear something else right now. Stop wearing the suit. Stop it. Wear something else.
Yeah, if you have social anxiety of any ilk, this movie is more stressful than Uncut Gems.
Yeah, and him, cutting away to go talk, him in the middle of a sales pitch, leaving to go talk to his sisters every time. I was just like, stop taking the calls. Tell them to take a message. Stop it. Finish the sale. What are you doing, Barry? Like, you get why his sisters are kind of on his ass.
Yeah, but I feel bad. I feel so bad for him.
I feel bad for him too. Can you imagine having 7 sisters? I have 4 brothers, but 7 sisters.
Damn. I have one sister, and I have one sister, and she drives me up the wall.
That's a lot of women checking up on you and like telling you what to do, Barry.
Poor
like
Barry.
most of us get a mom who is like large and in charge. You have 7 sisters who all seem like they're ready to kick your shit into gear.
And they're all mean. They're all mean to him a lot of the time too.
Yeah, there's the one that's like pushing this girl on him.
Yeah.
They all want him to come to the party. But you know what? There are moments where like when he breaks it, like I jump scared when he broke the glass or the windows.
Yeah.
Because it comes out of nowhere, and again, you're like, "What are you doing, Barry? Knock it off!"
Yeah, I don't know if PTA meant for him to be autistic, but he's definitely autistic, right?
And I was watching this with my wife, and I was like, "Is he on the spectrum?" She's like, "Yes,
yeah,
yes, he is.
Definitely he is. He's on the spectrum. He's got anger management issues. He's got anxiety. It's the full Monty."
Do we want to get into our sandwiches, our meat bread, good, bad, good?
We do want to get into our sandwiches.
I like the gall that PTA has to see Adam Sandler's career up to this point. I think he had been in the closest to this was probably Mr. Deeds. Before that was probably like Big Daddy.
I mean, when did Anger Management come up before this?
Anger Management was, I want to say, summer of 2002.
Okay, so it came out after this. So yeah, the last one was probably Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds came out in 2002 as well.
Did Sandman have a crazy 2002? Is that what I'm hearing?
Sandman had a crazy late 90s, early 2000s. Let me get his filmography here. Or do you have it?
So here's 2002. I'll read this off to you.
Okay. 2002
alone. Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
The Master of Disguise.
He was in
Crazy Nights. Apparently. He was a producer on it.
Okay.
I hate Wikipedias when they do this. Just tell me what movies he's in. 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah.
He was also in the Hot Chick. He was the weed salesman.
Okay.
Like, that's cool. Where do you hide your weed?
Right.
Oh, I don't have one of those. And then Anger Management was 2003.
Okay.
But up to that point, look at his comedies. 1999 Big Daddy, 2000 Little Nicky.
I was saying that's a good one, Big Daddy.
That is a good one. 2001 was kind of slower for him. He was more in the cameo side of things. But PTA to like look at Sandler's career at that point and be like, I'm gonna put this guy in a crazy rom-com where he's playing a serious role.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I read that he PTA loved Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Well, and I do think, and I might be alone in this, but I think Adam's like first this guy has chops role is probably The Wedding Singer, because Robbie Hart is a funny character, but he's more of a, I don't know, he's just this like downtrodden wedding singer who's miserable the entire movie.
Yeah. I do really like how PTA was like, I'm gonna take that guy and I'm gonna bottle his rage. I'm gonna control it.
He unlocked him. The reason we've got Uncut Gems, Hustle, Spanglish, which is probably the lesser of his serious roles. I think Funny People is also another serious one from him.
Yeah. I'd say.
But the reason
People is a lesser.
We have those is because PTA unlocked him over here, and people were like, "Oh shit, Adam Sandler can be serious."
Well, I think what PTA did was, I'm gonna take Adam Sandler. I know what makes Adam Sandler funny, which his shtick is that he goes big and he yells a lot and whatever, and I'm gonna make him really, really quiet and timid, and then I'll have him blow up.
And they kind of do the same thing in Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems. He's not timid, but he's very like, he's reserved. But then when he starts to talk about like gambling and the joy he gets from it, that's when he becomes this big bombastic, like, why are you doing this, man? You just won all this money. Why are you gambling again?
I think it's a really great use of a star in a movie, of like using your, like, the audience's expectations, because like he is so very clear. He's timid and shy and soft spoken, and his volume's never high, and he's like, yeah, my name is Barry Egan, and right. And if you know Adam Sandler at all, you're like, this guy's a ticking time bomb, and he is.
Well, and he keeps the ticking time bomb aspect of it, because I mean, you don't drive to Utah you don't drive to Utah to tell a man that's that.
That's
and
that.
Like, if he doesn't say that's that, that's when the bomb goes off.
Yeah, that's that, mattress man.
Great fucking small role from Seymour Hoffman here.
Oh,
I completely forgot he was in this.
I love the phone call between them where they're both yelling at each other and the music's going.
And yeah, the anxiety.
The anxiety. They're both, the anxiety, the stress. They're both yelling. Who are you? What's your name?
This movie accurately portrayed how everyone would feel about phone calls in modern times.
Yeah,
because there's one phone call in this movie where there's butterflies fluttering and everyone's happy to be on the phone. Every other call is just fucking miserable, and you just want to get off the phone.
Every phone call in this is stressful or angry or both.
Yeah, or awkward. The call with the sex worker. He's
really
he's
awkward.
Sitting there fumbling with his shit, and you're like, Barry, just give her the card or get off the fucking phone.
Yeah, and I love that he's calling a sex line to like talk about his problems because he doesn't know how to go to therapy, which is such a good bit because she's doing her sex work thing, and she's like, she keeps asking him, are you stroking it? No, I am not. Right? And he's, and again, he's giving these like just these matter of fact, very awkward answers. You stroking it yet, Barry? No, I'm not doing that. And he's just trying to talk about his problems and why he's like depressed and awkward. And she's just like, oh yeah, I'm sitting in bed naked. Are you
hard, Barry?
Yeah, are you hard, Barry? And he's like, no, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
it's really. It's an awkward exchange that like after a while just starts to become hilarious because
it's so uncomfortable. It's a really great, and I think a lot of movies try to portray awkward people and they get it wrong. And this movie, like this is a really great portrayal of an awkward person.
It captures it really good. Yeah, I think other movies, when they're trying to capture awkward, they have the one person who it's awkward for.
Yeah.
And then the other one's just kind of like the butt of the joke. Whereas, no, this phone call is awkward for both parties involved.
It's awkward and uncomfortable. And when you're awkward, and speaking as an awkward person, it's very uncomfortable. You don't feel comfortable when you're in an awkward situation. It's not funny.
Right.
Right? It's not fun. Like a lot of movies portray awkwardness like, like fucking... They try to do the Woody Allen. Oh, I'm an awkward, nerdy guy. You're neurotic. Oh, it's so funny. But no,
they try to do the Zach Galifianakis where he's like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "What? Why has this guy got a man purse or whatever?"
Yeah. Or they try to do the Dinner for Schmucks. Like, whoa, whatever Steve Carell was doing in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever he was doing with that haircut of his.
Yeah. Which, I like that movie. But yeah, like they try to do something like that. And this movie's like, no. Like, this is what it's like to be awkward. It's uncomfortable and it's not a pleasant experience. And it happened, and it's not just in funny situations. Like you're awkward on the phone with people, you're awkward at family get-togethers. There's a little moment in this. He's going to his sister's birthday party and he walks in the door and he like opens the door halfway. Then he goes back outside and he goes in again. He goes back outside, like he's practicing his entrance because there's no one there to greet him, so he doesn't know what to do.
He brings a little cake. He brings a little fucking cake to someone's party that they already have cake at.
Yeah. Like that's what it's like to be awkward. Like to enter a party and there's no one there to greet you. So like, what do I do? I'm just gonna enter again and hope someone notices.
we all know that person who like comes to a big like get together and they do something that you just like, why would anybody do that? It's because they're awkward. They have no idea.
Yeah,
they
but
have no idea what they're doing.
That little moment when he comes into the party and he leaves and comes back and he leaves again, he practices his entrance because he just doesn't know what to do. I'm like, that's my guy. There's my awkward representation.
I mean, and even like Luis Guzman, like they're co-workers. They've been working together forever. And the amount of times he's got an awkward scene with him in this, like Luis comes up to him and asks him about the pudding. He's like, the pudding is, he doesn't know how, he never knows how to explain it until, he becomes less awkward around Emily Watson's character, but he's still a little awkward. And it leaves you wondering, like, what does she see in him?
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a great portrayal of an awkward person. Because that's what happens when you're awkward. You're awkward around everybody, even people you know. And then they will, maybe you'll find that one person that you're not awkward around, but you're still awkward.
Or you are awkward and they're kind of awkward as well.
Yeah, or they accept your awkwardness, so you're less awkward because they know.
Yeah, because he does, like, they have their date, they don't kiss, he leaves. Doesn't he, like, come back, like, 10 minutes later and is like, I should have kissed you, or I should have done this. I forget exactly what the line is.
Well, he leaves, and then as he's leaving, she calls, like, the front desk and is like, give him the phone. And she's like, and then they talk, and then he goes back upstairs.
Okay, that's right. It's just, it's a big ball of awkward, this entire movie.
Yeah. It's an awkward, it's an awkward fever dream. Or it's not even, not fever dream. It's just an awkward haze.
Gail the Snail is in this, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw her and I was like,
I love how that's what you know her from mainly.
And I was like, oh, it's Gail the Snail. Salt the Snail.
Yeah, she plays the sister who sets him up.
Yeah, I think she has the most screen time out of all the sisters.
Yeah. She's the sister who he says he'll kill, right? On the phone?
Fucking kill you. Tell me where she is. Because, yeah, he goes after her. Are they in Mexico? I forget where they're at.
Hawaii.
They're in Hawaii. That's right, because Sandler loves Hawaii. He goes to Hawaii in every fucking movie. He goes to Hawaii. He calls his sister. He's like, hey, I'm down here to see her. Can you give me her address? And she's like, that's so good. I'm so proud. He's like, could you stop fucking judging me and tell me where she is? I'll fucking kill you. I swear to God, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I couldn't, it's the most deranged thing, but I couldn't help but laugh.
It is funny. Yeah. And it's like we said, like PTA just uses his anger at the perfect moments.
Wait a minute. Gail the Snail is Jack Bauer's most trusted ally?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. That's
you didn't
crazy.
know that? Yeah, he's the one she's the one that he's always saying, damn it, we're running out of time to.
I might have to rewatch. I've only seen the first season of 24. I might have to go back and watch it all.
Yeah, the first 5 seasons are good. Season 5 is the best one. Season 6 is okay, but it's a step down. Season 7's pretty good. Season 8 is okay. So you could stop at season 5 if you want.
I kind of am in the mood for it, though, because I just watched all of The Pitt, and I was like, we used to make shows that were like 1 hour of the show equals 1 hour of real life.
I recently, not too long ago, I did do a rewatch. I went through the 7 seasons. I stopped before season 8 because I got distracted with some other show. So
to get back on topic, do you have anything you dislike about Punch Drunk Love?
I do wish that there was a better way to connect the sex hotline plot and the main plot.
It feels like a vignette, doesn't it?
It doesn't feel like a vignette in the way that Licorice Pizza does. It just feels like 2 disconnected plots that are hastily thrown together at the end when they ran the car.
They almost needed Philip Seymour Hoffman to actually throw. Well, because they do the car thing. They hit him in the car and he beats up the brothers. But they almost needed to like kidnap her.
I don't know, but it's just like because, and I do think like both of those together, like having those things going on in this guy's life at the same time is like really good for this like awkward guy to be hunted down by a sex phone scam operation.
Out of a mattress store in Utah.
And also like be fallen in love. like, yeah, that'd be pretty stressful. Two things to be happening at the same time for this awkward guy. But I think, yeah, they needed to find a better way to like merge those two things than just, well, we'll have them ram the car at the end.
Yeah. I wanted more of the overbearing sisters, because you tell me they're all overbearing. We get the phone call, we have the party, we have the one that's pushing her friend the entire time. But then the sisters just kind of disappear. I was like, well, no, if they're overbearing, they should be a pretty big constant through the entire movie. And it doesn't really feel like they are. Like, there's a conversation here and there, but like you see I think it's 2 or 3 of the sisters you see at the party, and then you never hear from or see again.
Yeah, you see all the sisters at the party, and then you only ever see Gail the Snail.
You see Gail the Snail, and I think you see the wife of the husband he tells about like needing therapy or needing to talk to somebody.
Yes.
He talks to his brother-in-law, who's a dentist, because he thinks
that's a good scene too. That's a good scene.
Patient doctor confidentiality.
Yeah, he's like, well, yeah. Like, Barry, I'm a dentist. How do you think I can help you?
Just a great misunderstanding from a character who doesn't understand much.
Yeah. That guy, by the way, was that's the guy who does Triumph the Insult comic doc.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I always thought that was just Jack McBrayer doing that.
No. That's Robert Smigel is his name.
Now I know.
He was a writer on SNL with Sandler and Conan.
But I mean, the sisters are really my one thing. And then, again, PTA, I do better on the second watch. There's just so much randomness between the pudding and the going to Hawaii and then the sex line.
I do like the pudding bit because it doesn't take up that much time, and it's something a guy like this would do if he figured it out, right?
I do, yeah, he would.
Like,
if he found a way to scam it.
It's a good character builder, and it's right off the bat too. He's on the phone with them, like, can you just explain this to me, because I don't think you understand.
Yeah, where are my why don't I have my miles yet?
Yeah, like he's on the phone with the people, being like, okay, so just to be clear, so this says like you get points like when you buy like, now what do you mean by like all? And the guy on the phone's like, I don't know, man, what does it say?
And I love that he's found a little cheat to it where they're just scanning the cups instead of like the full package. So he's not only is he getting the miles, he's getting them at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
An even cheaper price than he already was supposed to.
Yeah, because I think he tells the guy on the phone, are you aware? He's like, are you aware that the miles are, the total miles is less than the total cost? And he's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, a guy who just wants to get off the phone. He has no interest in helping this guy at all. He he's just like, whatever it says, whatever it says on the box. And I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised. I guess they have that in there to show you that Barry knows what he's doing business-wise. And I'm air quoting.
Yeah.
So that like when you see that he has like his own, what are they? It's like Novelty Plungers, novelty plunger company.
Novelty toilet plungers.
Then you're like, oh, okay, this guy's kind of good with money, I guess. So
like
that's why he has a business that's still running.
He's not helpless. He's not like a helpless idiot. Like he can be a functioning adult. He's just really awkward about it.
Yeah, and then the anxiety, man. I don't know. Like, I'm getting to a point where I don't need any more anxiety when watching movies. And this just gave me anxiety for phone calls, for picking something up off the street.
Yeah, don't be...
Again, not a complete negative, but I was not expecting this movie to be anxiety-ridden as it was.
I do like how anxiety-driven, like how stressful it is, because, again, a lot of these awkward movies, like, oh, he's awkward, funny. It's like, no, being awkward is stressful.
Yeah.
It's stressful to like be nervous to go to the store to purchase something.
Yeah. I think that's it on my negatives. Did you have any other negatives? You love this more than I do?
I think so, yeah. I don't have any other negatives.
I like his suit, by the way. As much as he's overwearing it, I do love that blue suit. I do think that's an iconic look.
It is a good suit.
I think we'll look back at Sandler's career, and that'll be one of his iconic looks. It's that and the Boston Bruins jersey while he's golfing.
Yep.
And then the Adam Sandler, they're all Adam Sandler. The Robbie Hart haircut from Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that'd probably be top 3.
That's it. We named the top 3 Sandlers. You can't have any. Nope.
Maybe,
Nope.
maybe the whatever he wears in Uncut Gems would be number 4.
Oh, the like glasses with the yellow frames.
Yeah, like the big glasses and like the gold chain. Doesn't he have earrings in that movie too?
He does. There's
Like
a scene where he's hiding in the closet, masturbating to his girlfriend masturbating.
He's got a skeezy leather jacket.
Oh, I'm gonna Chalamet all over myself.
I wonder if there's a take where he says that.
Was Chalamet? Yeah, Chalamet was around when that movie came out.
Yeah, he was.
I love that that's become a bit. They did that at the Golden Globes with Nikki Glaser, and then they called back to it at the SNL 50.
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
They did it at the Oscars too.
Wait, okay. It was a callback at the Oscars. I don't remember if I think they did it at SNL 50.
Chalamet.
They've done it a handful of times.
It's just a bit now.
Is he doing a Nicholson? When he's doing those, is he doing a Nicholson? It sounds like he's doing a Nicholson to me.
I don't know. He might be trying. He did work with Nicholson.
One of Nicholson's better movies at the end, towards the end there.
I don't know his other movies of the time period. I'd have to look. Maybe. I feel like late period Nicholson was actually pretty good.
It's not bad. He does hold on. Well, before we do all our rankings and everything, let me pull that up.
Just look at.
I don't even know. Oh, I'm on Gail the Snail's Wikipedia, which, by the way, very big Wikipedia page.
Really?
Here I was sitting here thinking she was just this really good character actor.
All right.
No, she's all over the goddamn place.
I got him. Where are we starting here for late period? 2000s?
Go 2000s and beyond, because his last movie is in what, 2008?
2010. Okay. 2000s. Not a lot in the 2000s, actually. 2001, The Pledge. Don't think I've heard of this one. About Schmidt. That one's actually pretty good. I like that movie.
I do like About Schmidt.
2003, Anger Management. Something's Gotta Give. I like that movie. It's cute. 2006, The Departed. 2007, The Bucket List. 2010, How Do You Know? That's it.
How do you know? I'm trying to remember what that one is.
It's with Owen Wilson and Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, that one. I saw that box a little bit ago. I don't remember. Is that his Mooseport?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm tripping over myself. 2000s Nicholson was great.
Yeah. These are pretty much all good up until The Bucket List.
Yeah, The Bucket List was so... There's this weird thing. I don't know, like these older actors, like let me think of a few here, like The Bucket List, What Happens in Vegas, 80 for Brady. Like I'm all for my older actors going out and getting their money, but something's got to quote this filmography.
Something's got to give. Yeah. Anyway, back to Punch Drunk Love. Yeah, I really like this movie. And okay, we gave him a mention, but Philip Seymour Hoffman is fantastic in this.
Just the whole exchange at the end between him and Sandler, because Philip Seymour Hoffman's ready to fucking fight him. He's always, every movie he's in, he's always ready to fucking fight. And
I love how he immediately backs down.
Yeah, there's this realization that this man just drove all the way to Utah to kick my ass.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, that's that.
That's
that. And I love that after he tells Sandler that's that, and he's walking out of the store, he marches back, and in front of everybody in like the front of the store goes, and get the fuck out of here and don't come back, pervert. And Sandler turns around and he goes, what did I just say? And Seymour Hoffman does the most hilarious, like he puts his arms up and makes like that's that, and he walks away. It's so funny.
Because he's actually a big pussy. He's a big fucking pussy. He's a big pussy.
He puts his hands up. That's that.
That's that. That's that. I love that they're calling him a pervert. Yeah. But they're shitty people. They're shitty people just taking advantage of the fact that he was lonely.
Yeah. And
they just call him a pervert to try and like diffuse the situation and get him to fuck off. And I love that aspect of it, because I mean, come on now. How you gonna kink shame? The man just made a phone call.
Yeah, you run a phone sex hotline. You're trying to scam this guy, and you're calling him a pervert.
Yeah, that's like selling someone like a soup full of sawdust and calling them hungry.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, you fucking disgusting hungry pig.
I also really like the way this movie looks. Like the whole movie is shot with this like dreamy haze. Like it's all backlit in a way. that makes it look like a dream, you know, like, and that's cute because he's in love. Like the whole movie.
We barely talked about Emily Watson in this, but she's great.
Yeah.
She's a really good. I wouldn't say she's a foil, but she kind of levels him. She kind of levels him off a little bit because at first you think she's not going to be in for it, and she's kind of she's too wise to get sucked into this. But then you realize she's just as awkward as he is.
Yeah, like there's that scene when they're like in bed together, and they're like saying how cute they think each other is, and he's like, I think the line is, Sandler says, "Your face is so cute, I want to smash it with a frying pan."
I was cringing. I was like, "No, you're gonna scare her." But then she's
like, she's like, yeah. So they're she matches his awkward energy.
Like, yeah, my face. You could smash my face, actually. Yeah,
and like the whole movie the whole movie has this like. It's like, I don't know, this backlit glowy haze to it, you know, like this movie looks the way you would think this guy thinks the world looks when he's in love.
I mean, there's the famous, I think it's the box art for this, but the famous, like, they're in the giant room that's kind of like an outdoor pavilion almost.
Yeah.
And you can see the light behind them, but they're basically shadow. You can see their silhouette.
You can see their silhouettes in the crowd,
and people are just walking by, like a crazy amount of people that you'd be crazy to stop and kiss in the middle of that crowd.
Yeah,
because they're just shooting by. I really like the way that was shot.
It's a very
nice little moment. Very, again, awkward. I think they're like their arms are flailing at one point as they're trying to go in for the kiss.
Yeah, and I know, and again, and it looks great, and I know we say this a lot on this podcast when we talk about older movies. But it's just nice that when you watch a movie that reminds you, oh yeah, movies can look good. They can be lit well. Like they don't have to look like Super Bowl commercials.
What do you mean they were shot on location? What?
Yeah. Like, oh, this movie uses lighting to create a distinct look? Like no other movie looks like this.
Right.
And it's like, you know, sometimes you watch like whatever the latest Netflix rom-com is, and you're like, this looks like the last Tide commercial I just saw on television.
Either that or it looks like they shot it in my basement.
Yeah. It's like, movies used to look like movies.
It's become very blatant. I forget what movie I was watching, but they were in a club, and this is supposed to be this huge club where people are dancing, and it's like a small room, and you can see like 10 people. And you're just like, you're not tricking anybody. What is this?
God, is that a movie you watched for this?
No. This is either something we watched or something I watched on my own, but it was on Netflix. And it might have been. I think it might have been Hitman.
Was it Hitman?
It might have been Hitman.
Were they in the club at Hitman?
I think they have a club scene. It's between the montage.
I know there's a scene where they're leaving the club. I don't remember if they're in the club.
Either Hitman or it's is it Killer, the Fincher film on there with Fassbender?
The Killer. Was there? I don't remember if there's a club scene in The Killer. There might have been. It's about a hitman. There's always a club.
Whatever
scene
it was on Netflix, and I just like that does not look like a club whatsoever.
Yeah. Movies used to look like they used to have distinct looks. You know.
Yeah, I'd say from the last two wheels, I'd say like once you hit 2015, it just feels like something has changed.
Yeah, like I don't know. All the lighting's the same, but yeah, like no movie looks like this. And this movie it's a very deliberate, like this movie looks the way it looks for a reason, for a purpose, for a storytelling purpose, which is what lighting and color grading is supposed to do. And it's just, you know, it's a nice reminder. Like it's really good. Like even from its time, it was like really good. But it's, like watching it now, it's like, oh, movies used to mean something.
What Matt's saying is we're becoming old curmudgeons who say they don't make them like they used to. But it's kind of, I kind of see why they say that.
And I'm not one of those people like, oh, they don't make any good movies anymore. There's so many great movies that are still being made.
Right.
But even the great ones don't look good.
Yeah, it's you have to pick out the really good, like Warfare and Sinners. I look at those and I'm like, oh, these are amazing. These are great.
Yeah.
But then you have like 20 to 30 other movies in the pile that you had to like dig through to get there.
Yeah. Like even Hitman. We both loved Hitman, right? We love Glenn Powell. Great movie. That movie looks like it looks like any other Netflix thing. Like it looks
soapy.
Yeah. It looks like the way a high-end car commercial looks. It looks the way every movie made in 2022 looks.
And it's sad. It's sad because it's human expression, and all these expressions are starting to feel like very, very similar.
Yeah. You know, I do really like this movie. Maybe I like this movie more than you like it because I am an awkward guy. I relate to this man.
I used to be awkward, but I grew out of it. Maybe you'll grow out of it when you become a dad.
I'm too awkward to become a dad.
With that attitude. What do you give Punch Drunk Love?
4.5.
I think I gave it 4 on Letterboxd, but I'm gonna give it a 3.5 here.
Ooh, you're going down, are you?
I'm just gonna go down a smidge.
Wow.
Where's this on the dad? Where's this on the dad movie radar?
I don't think it's high.
No, dads will watch the. Dads will put this on because they'll see the Sandman.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, I love Sandman. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna have a good time.
Do dads like
And then they
PTA?
I don't think dads like PTA.
I think it depends on the movie, I guess. I think dads like Boogie Nights.
I think dads like Boogie Nights. I think dads will like Licorice Pizza more than they like this.
I think dads would love There Will Be Blood. They might like Inherent Vice. I don't think they'd like other. They might like Magnolia, depending on the relationship they have with their own fathers.
What it is with this one that the dads won't like is the awkwardness.
They won't like the awkwardness. They won't like the rom-com-y nature of it. And because the rom-com-y nature is, it's not even like a regular rom-com that a dad might like. It's like a very like dreamy. It's got like a very dreamy romantic quality to it that they won't get with. I think they will like the Philip Seymour Hoffman subplot.
I like that. I'll tell you what else the dads won't like. I think when a dad watches a movie, they like to think they know what's coming next. I think there are some dads that like surprises, but I think most dads like to know, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. And then when that does eventually happen, like, yeah, I called it. Yeah. I think the fact that it's a PTA movie and it kind of goes where PTA movies go, which is wherever the fuck he wants to take them. I think that'll also knock it down a little bit for dads.
Yeah. I think they'll like the pudding subplot just because dads love a deal.
They do love a deal. So
they'll love that aspect. But yeah, I think it's too dreamy.
I think I'd put it right around a 30.
I would I'd agree.
Yeah, I think having Sandler in it is good enough. Yeah, I think I think the fact that Sandler is in it is like the one thing.
Sandler and PSH.
Yep.
But yeah, it's too dreamy and awkward and romantic. Dads will be like, oh, mushy stuff.
You know what else is awkward, by the way?
What?
My favorite segment of the show. IMDb Goofballs.
Yeah, these fuckers.
So it is time for our IMDb Goofballs. These are the folks that watch a movie and then go onto IMDb and write in a goof because they don't know how life works. They don't know that something can be wrong and they don't have to say anything. Literally, this is something Barry would do. Barry would see something wrong in his movie, go onto IMDb
and type
write
it
all.
Yeah.
We should call these we should start calling these the Barry Egan Awards or the Vegan Airy Group.
The Barry Egans.
The Barry E. All right, Barry Egans. I've got one that just made me roll my eyes so fucking hard. Here we go. Barry didn't have to call the phone sex line. It is illegal for the phone sex workers to extort money from customers because the customers already paid with their credit cards, and the phone sex operator had no right to ask for Barry's address and his social security number. Barry can also get a restraining order against the brothers that came after him and the mattress man. My dude.
Oh my god. Okay.
My fellow movie watcher. This is the catalyst of this pushes the film forward. He didn't have to give them address and social security number, but they're scammers. Barry doesn't understand that. Barry doesn't get many social aspects of life, so he doesn't understand that they shouldn't be asking him for his address or his social security number.
Also,
he thinks this is just normal.
Do you think an awkward guy is going to get a restraining order on someone?
You think they're going to leave their home, go to the authorities, ask for all that paperwork, fill it out, and then hand it back and have a conversation with a stranger?
Awkward people get the runs at the notion of having to talk to a cashier. You think they're going to talk to the police?
I saw it. I was like, so you watched the movie and thought, this doesn't need to be a movie. He could have just, jerked off and gone to sleep. Movie over.
I bet this guy is also like, Indiana Jones didn't have to do anything.
He didn't have to go into those tombs.
It's a pointless. The plot is pointless because if Indiana Jones hadn't have done anything, the Nazis still would have found the Ark and had their faces melted off.
I hate these people.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing happens anyway, so why are we doing this? It's a movie, bro. It's a movie.
I got mine, and this guy. At 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 34 seconds, in the shot where Barry and Lena meet in Hawaii and kiss, it's possible to discern that their silhouettes and those of all the passersby have been superimposed over the background as strips of light can be seen through them.
What?
There it is.
Bro, just watch the movie.
By the way, I read this before I watched the movie because I've seen this before. So I got this one before I watched it for this, and then so when this scene came up, I was looking for this specifically. Couldn't see it. I couldn't see strips of light seen through these silhouettes. I think this person just had a faulty television or monitor or whatever.
I'm gonna ask. Are you sure you're watching in the right aspect ratio, Matt?
I was.
Whatever that means.
I was. This isn't streaming anywhere. I had to get it from my library.
Yeah, I had to. Did I pirate this or did I get it from my library? No, I paid for it on Amazon because my screen mirroring wouldn't work, so I had it on Hoopla, but then I ended up paying for it anyway.
I watched it on Hoopla. No, I watched it on Canopy because Canopy is HD. But yeah,
I need to check my Canopy for stuff from now on.
Yeah, Canopy's good.
Do you have a dad joke for us?
I do have a dad joke. Did you know that vegans can't have pudding?
Why?
Because they don't eat meat. And how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
God damn it. Is that a Pink Floyd joke? Was that a Pink Floyd joke? Is that a Pink Floyd joke in there?
That is.
I didn't write a dad joke for this. I just wanted to say Chalamet. I just wanted to do. I love that I'm the resident dad on the show, and I think it's been 2 weeks since I've written a dad joke.
I did struggle making a dad joke for this one.
It's awkward.
It is awkward.
Awkward movie. We don't need to spin the wheel today.
We don't have to spin the wheel because there's only one thing left on the wheel. It's Wedding Crashers.
Should have been nice guys.
I mean, we could have rigged it.
We could have rigged it, and then we could have had the joke. But no, I'm looking forward to Wedding Crashers.
Yeah,
some good needle drops in that one. Some good Vaughn. Some good Owens.
I know there's good. I don't remember the needle drops, but definitely good Vaughn.
You don't remember the?
No, I don't.
So good.
I remember the montage, the shout montage.
Just for the titties. You sick man. You pig.
Listen,
pig.
If there's one thing that you can do to make sure I remember something, it's include some titties.
I mean, it was 2005. In the R-rated comedies, the titties were everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I remember even at the time, so 2005, I was 13? Was I 13? Yeah, I was 13. I remember thinking, man, we're eating between this and 40-Year-Old Virgin. Lots of boobs on the tubes.
How old was I in 2005? 2005, I was...
You're going to get so sad here. Were you 10? No, you weren't even... No, you were...
I wasn't even 10. I was like 6.
You were 6.
I was 6? No.
Jesus Christ, man.
Was I 6 or 7? It was either 6 or 7.
Christ on a cracker. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
No, I was 8. I was 8.
You're a baby. You're a little baby.
I was 8.
Christ.
I was 7. Actually, I was 7. I would have been 7 when Wedding Crashers came out because I turned 8 in November. I'm a late bloomer.
You didn't watch these in 2005. Please tell me you didn't.
No. I probably watched these when I was around 13.
Your parents are like, Matthew, we don't want you watching those dirty American comedies.
I will say this though. Yeah, I didn't watch this probably until I was like at least 12. But what I will say is when I was very young, when I was like 3 or 4, maybe 5, we had a TV in our family room, open area. Anyone can, and there was, I don't know if my dad or my sister or somebody was watching some horror movie. I don't know, some slasher movie. It might have been I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I'm not 100% sure. And I remember it was on the TV, and I'm coming downstairs to get a drink or a snack or whatever from the fridge, and I'm looking at the TV, And I go in and see, well, what's on TV? And someone was decapitated. Spurting blood. I threw up. Little 4-year-old me, I threw up because there's so much blood from this decapitation. Anyway, so this was a thing. Like my parents knew about this or whatever. And despite the fact that little 4-year-old me saw this decapitation, and because of that, I'm pretty desensitized. But I still wasn't allowed to watch, titty-filled movies.
But you got to watch decapitation.
Yeah. What is that? Bad parenting, if you ask me.
I'm trying to think because the slashers around of that time were pretty bad. Only thing that comes to mind is like the Jason X like hydrogen head smash. Do you recall that?
I do. That one's not bloody though.
That one's pretty bad though, because it's just so violent. Like,
yeah,
you get the drowning view of her face in the in the liquid hydrogen, and then the whoosh. It's bad.
Yeah, but yeah, so I could watch it full decapitation, but I wasn't allowed to watch Scarface.
Look, Matt, you can have full decapitation. You can't have the full nudity. You can't.
Yeah. I wasn't allowed to watch South Park.
Scarface is probably a good call. The first conversation, they ask him how he got that scar on his face eating pussy. And if you ever watched the censored version on TV, they would censor it to pineapple, and it was the funniest thing ever.
Incredible.
How'd you get that scar, tough guy, eating pineapple?
I love TV censors. Do you ever see The Big Lebowski, the censored version on TV?
No.
So the scene where Walter is smashing up the nice car to like try to like send a message to the kid who they think stole their money or whatever. He's smashing it and he's saying, "This is what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass."
And what'd they change it to?
I'm gonna pull it because I don't know it like verbatim, and I have to get this verbatim because it's so funny.
Do the channels even censor this stuff anymore? I couldn't even tell you. The last time I watched a movie on TV proper, it's been a little bit.
I think they just like mute the words at this point. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, I need to go through and watch a movie on TV. Maybe I'll pull one up later tonight that I know is just vile and dirty.
If they change it, this is what happens. So this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass becomes this is what happens. Do you see what happens? This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Are they in the Alps in that movie? I don't understand.
No, they're in LA.
So the censor is just like winging it out of his ass, basically.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Well, anyway, you can't get around nipples on TV censors.
I was, on the other hand, I was allowed to play GTA and the Scarface video game, but I wasn't allowed to watch the movie.
That's super confusing. So you get to do the violence, but you can't watch someone else do it?
Yeah.
That chainsaw scene in Scarface is nasty, though. I couldn't imagine watching that as a kid. I mean, I watched it when I was 12, but I couldn't imagine watching that as a younger child than that.
Yeah, I would have been 9 when that game came out. That's when I played
a fun game too.
It is a good game. I had a demo. Yeah, I had a demo for that game, and I was like, I want this game. This was on a demo disc. I want this game, and I want to watch the movie. And they're like, okay, you can't watch the movie because they knew of the movie, but we'll get you the game because you've played Grand Theft Auto.
Are they still trying to do that? There was a Scarface sequel they announced like years and years ago. Are they still trying to do a sequel?
I think they were going to do a remake.
Who would you have play? Here it is. Proposed. So there was a canceled sequel in 2001. Plans were made for hip hop artist Cuban Link to write and star in a sequel of Scarface titled "Son of Tony." I've never even heard of this rapper. The plans drew both praise and criticism, and after several years, Cuban Link indicated that he may no longer be involved with the project as a result of the film rights issues and creative control. And then remake. In 2011, Universal began developing a new version of Scarface. Studio stated the film is neither a sequel nor a remake, but will take elements from both this version and its 1932 predecessor, including the basic premise. Screenplay by David Ayer and David Yates in talks to direct. As of 2022, the status of the film has reached a standstill. Guadagnino has not announced whether he's still involved. Who would you put in this movie? Who would you play Tony?
If they were gonna do a remake, would they still have it be Tony Montana, or would they make like a new character?
I think it'd be a new character. Yeah. But you basically have a kingpin.
Yeah. Would he still be cocaine, or would he be something else?
Would it be fentanyl?
Would he be a fentanyl kingpin from Canada?
selling bad fentanyl laced drugs. Yeah. You Canadians and your dirty fentanyl.
Fuck it, let's get Mike Myers.
Mike Myers on it. All right.
He can play Tony Manitoba. Tony Manitoba.
I am Tony Manitoba.
Say hello to my little friend, eh?
I'm sorry about that. Boot that.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, here's a depressing line. The film was initially scheduled to be released in theaters on August 10th, 2018, with the film script written by the Coen brothers.
Wow.
That would have been it kind of got me back. Though the Coen brothers are broken up right now, right?
Yeah. They're not brothers anymore.
They're fucking other brothers now.
I know a lot of people are against this, but I don't know. Like, the original Scarface is a remake. I think you can update this, right?
Yeah, you take it out of Miami. I think you gotta put it in Mexico at this point, right? With like the cartel.
I don't know if you put it in Mexico, but like,
or Scarface is, I mean, because it's the American dream, right? Both movies are about chasing the American dream in not the most honest of ways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like Breaking Bad was kind of our modern Scarface.
Yeah, but that wasn't really about the American dream. That was about an egotistical maniac.
That was about an egotistical maniac who believed in the American dream, and
I don't know if he did believe
when he found out that it wasn't real, like kind of had to, because I mean he had the tech connections, and he like a dumbass he walked away from them.
Yeah, I don't know if he did believe in the American dream. I think he just believed in his own ego.
Is that why? I think I'm due for a Breaking Bad rewatch, but is that why he walked away? I forget the tech company's name all the time, but is that why he walked away? Because
yeah, I'm watching it right now. I'm rewatching because my sister's never seen it, so we're watching it together. Yeah, we just got to season 4. They haven't said the reason why he left yet, but I'm almost positive they had some falling out over his ego or something. Because, like, here's the thing, right? They offered to pay for his treatments. They're like, we'll foot the whole bill. And he said no because he's too prideful to take I don't want to take charity. So he's just an idiot.
But at the same time, I mean, wasn't Tony Montana kind of an egomaniac?
I mean, you have to.
He betrays Frank. He betrays Sonny. Like, he betrays everybody.
I mean, you have to.
He does betray Sonny because he doesn't want to kill that family. So he kind of. But Walt's Walt's the worst version of that. He does end
Walt
up.
Has no morals.
Poisoning the kid. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Wow, is Walt really worse than Tony Montana?
He might be. Tony Montana had morals, at least. He had some principles.
Yeah, I might ask this question on Blue Sky. I might ask people who's more evil and see what we get.
Yeah, I think it might be Walt.
I have to ask. Well, and do people worship Walt? Is Walt like one of those characters like Rick Sanchez, or the characters you're not supposed to worship, but people worship them anyway?
They might. I don't know. Yeah,
like Walt, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Because Tony Montana is an evil, and you know what? We're so off topic. I don't even know why I'm still recording.
Keep it. This is good. This is what the people want.
Tony Montana is evil. But he doesn't kill civilians. He doesn't kill children. He's in it. Like, he doesn't kill anybody who doesn't have it coming. He's a drug kingpin and he's evil, but he has some moral code of ethics. He's like, okay, I'm doing this. This is how I'm going to get by in this country. The American dream. I'm going to have the whole world. And,
the world, Chico, and everything in it.
Yeah, but he's not.
I don't know. He's a bad dude.
He is, but he's not gonna fuck with people if they don't deserve it. Walt will fuck with anybody as long as it gets him ahead. He blew up a nursing home. He poisoned a child.
He did. Jesus. I think we're answering the question ourselves. Jesus.
Yeah.
I think that's why I think you can't do a modern. You can't do a modern Scarface because it's already been done. Walt was Scarface. He's like, we've already outdone. Like, you can't do Tony Montana again unless you're planning on outdoing him. And I think Walt kind of outdone him.
I also think, and again, I don't think the notion of a Scarface remake is bad because you can modernize that story. But also, anybody, whatever that movie's about, all people are going to compare it to is Al Pacino, and that's just not fair.
Right. You can't get. I think if you're going to compare it to Al Pacino, you have to put Jack and Jill into play and consider that. Instead of him at the end of Scarface saying, "Say hello to my little friend," he says,
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino.
It's not Al anymore. It's Dunk.
It's Dunk.
I love that. But if his name is Dunk Achino, that implies that his real first name is Alp.
Walter White is more evil, and I think if you're gonna do it, can Oscar Isaac be the Kingpin?
He could.
I want to see Oscar Isaac play a bad guy. He hasn't played a bad guy since Deus Ex, I think, or Ex Machina.
You know what? I say we just make the comedy version. Canadian. He's the Canadian Kingpin. He's the Canadian. He's the fentanyl Kingpin from Canada.
And the one line he won't chop down maple syrup trees. He won't. That's the one line he won't cross. He respects the Canadian. What do they call them? The Mounties.
Mounties.
He respects the Mounties.
Yeah, I think that's the way you do it.
He loves his Mounties in uniforms.
Yeah, you can have it structured exactly like the 80s version. He comes in, he's being interrogated by the border patrol or whatever.
Hey, how'd you get that scar? Serpent slurping down a maple leaf?
Eating poutines.
You've been eating Marmite? You guys eat Marmite up there?
No, we do not. That's Australia.
Okay.
Eating poutine.
Don't eat Marmite. It's disgusting.
Eating beaver tails.
How'd you get that from a moose?
Oh, this episode should have ended a while ago.
A while ago.
Yeah, okay, everybody. Follow us at Stand and Watch on Blue Sky, and follow me and Nick individually.
Wedding Crashers is on Netflix here in the States, so go watch it there.
It is on Netflix in Canada also.
We'll see you. We'll see you at the titty after party.
Yeah.
And don't tell your mother.
And whatever you do, don't tell your mother.
There it is.